Cheers, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Smarty Pints. We've got Graham.
I'm Alex.
From the Homebrew Network, and we are here at Brew and Grow in Rockford, Illinois, to go over hop rhizomes.
Hop Rhizomes, yeah, it's about that time of year. I just checked on mine last night and they were already poking up.
Okay.
Poking up.
Here we go. This is a hop rhizome. Actually, this is a variety of hop rhizome.
Yeah, that particular one is a Northern Brewer Rhizome.
Not all hop rhizomes look alike when you get them. Alex, what is all this stuff that's going on here?
Well, most of them just look like a twig, like a stick. So don't be alarmed if you get one that doesn't look like this. That just looks like a twig you might find on the ground. But yeah, all the stuff that's poking out. We have a couple shoots here of new growth, and the rest are just basically roots. That's really what a rhizome is. It's a cutting of the root section of an established female hop plant. That way you know you're going to get the cones. The cones are what you're looking for. Male hop plants aren't going to do you much good in the cone variety.
That's right.
So that's why it's good to go from a rhizome versus like a seed or something like that.
Yep. And as Alex was saying, what you would basically get, when you get your hop rhizomes, you'll see, if you were to cut this section off, that's pretty much what you would see. This stick on this side right here, from my finger over, that's pretty much what it would look like, but some of them will come looking like this whole piece. And Chris had said earlier, he's off camera right now, that there are different ways to plant these. You can plant them upright, horizontal.
Yeah, if you get the ones that just look like a twig, rule of thumb, just put them horizontally, about 6 inches below the ground. If you do have some shoots coming off like that one does, point those upwards. You know, point them towards the surface. It really honestly doesn't matter. If you just put them in the ground, they're going to find their way, but preferably put them horizontally or with the shoots facing upwards.
That's right. And when you do get these hop rhizomes, it's important to keep them moist. If you're not going to plant them right away, wrap a paper towel around them that's damp and just keep moisture in the bag and put it in your fridge. You could also take a spray bottle of water and just spray the rhizome, put it in the bag, put it in the fridge. You don't want to put a lot of water in there because then you run a chance of mold and mildew going on.
Yeah, you don't want them to rot, and that would be bad.
That would be very bad. Another thing you could do is, since we live in Illinois, when I first got my hop rhizomes, I put them in little pots next to my windows on the south side of the house, because this time of year, which is April 11th right now, and the temperature fluctuates, and we actually have snow coming next week. It's actually 70 degrees right now outside, but next week it's supposed to get down to like 42 during the daytime.
Yeah, the good thing with the rhizomes is you want to plant them in the ground after the risk of frost has passed. So like Graham was saying, with the erratic weather here in northern Illinois, might be a good idea to get them established in a pot of some sort and then transplant them outside.
That's right. Once it warms up, transplant it, you'll be good to go. Another thing to keep in mind is hops love to grow big and tall over time.
Yes, they do.
The first year, maybe not so much. First year, you're not going to expect a lot, are you?
Yeah, first year you're really just establishing the plant. You might get a little yield. Me personally, in my first year, I got enough for one batch of beer, which is pretty good. But second year, you get more, third year, more and more, and just exponentially.
Yep. And to go over the requirements for hops and everything, we actually have some books here in the store that go over details of planting the hops, trellises, and other stuff you can build to help, maintain your hops. And these are the books.
Yeah, here at Brew and Grow we have homegrown hops. We also have the Homebrewer's Garden, and I'm sure there's plenty other resources, not only from bookstores but online, that you can find to help you grow in your house. But these are really nice.
To reiterate what Alex just said, since Alex actually works in this store, I don't work in this store, but I will tell you, I own this book, and it is amazing. The Homebrewer's Garden tells you everything you want to know about hops. It also even goes into barley growing, which is really cool. And I think it goes into some other stuff too. But it breaks it down. So much information in there. What else we got here?
We also have really good nutrients for helping your hops along. Hops are very heavy feeders. They like a lot of nitrogen. This is just one example of the kinds of nutrient lines we carry. This is my personal favorite. This is what I use on my hops at home. This is the BioCanna line. We have just a veg and a bloom, and then we have their Rhizotonic And the boost. The boost is really nice. That boosts all of your essential oils, basically the lupulin. Makes those hops really, really pungent.
Very nice. We happen to be in the nutrient aisle.
Yes, we do.
So stop on by Brew and Grow, and you can get your nutrients, fertilizer, anything you need for planting your rhizomes.
You can even get the rhizomes here.
That's right. One thing I want to go over real quick is trellis, poles, whatever you want to use. Alex actually plants his hops. Don't you have them growing along, kind of going up at an angle attached to your house?
Yeah, I have a southern face of my house that doesn't have any windows or doors in it, so I thought perfect. I went up on the roof and put rope cleats in the eaves, and I string them up from stakes in the ground right by my plants and let them go up. Last year I actually had them growing over my house onto the roof. That's how tall they got.
Very nice. Another thing we want to go over is the conditions for soil. Some places you might be more concerned about the pH of your soil.
Yeah, the hops prefer a slightly acidic soil. They also like a very well aerated and fast draining soil, really high in nitrogen. If you don't have all those, then that's where the liquid nutrients might come in. Also, they do like lots of sunlight, so southern exposure or a non-shaded area is preferable. And like Graham addressed earlier, they do get very tall, sometimes upwards of 25 feet, so you want a lot of room for them to climb. You don't have to do it vertically either. You can run them along a fence line, along a clothesline, what have you, but you definitely want to account for how big they're going to get.
Yep.
Also, it's a good idea if you're planting multiple varieties of hops to space them out. I'd say at least 5 feet apart, because once the plant does establish themselves, they're going to shoot shoots in different directions, and it might get a little tough to figure out which variety is which if they are too close together.
Yep. Another thing to keep in mind is when you do plant it in an area where there won't be any standing water. You don't want standing water, because just like putting your rhizome in a bag full of water, that'll be the same situation. You'll have root rot, and that is not good.
No, it's not.
So there's your basic information about hop rhizomes, planting them, maintaining them until they start shooting up, and then you can move on to the next phase of taking care of your hops. And we're going to make another video about that.
Also, if you have any pets, specifically dogs, hops and dogs do not mix. So you want to make sure to keep the dogs away from your hop plants. Hops are akin to chocolate as far as the way they react with dogs. Not so good. So if you do have dogs, make sure to keep them away from your plants. And if you don't, then just beware if you have any buddies that bring a dog with them.
There you go. So there you have it for the introduction to hops, the hop rhizomes, the planting of the hop rhizomes. We'll be doing another video on maintaining your hops and harvesting your hops.
And drying them out.
Doing all that stuff so you can use your hops.
Yeah, most importantly, how do you use your homegrown hops?
How do you use them? I wonder. If you have any questions or concerns, anything you want noted on this video, let us know. Go to Facebook, keywords The Homebrew Network, and you can find myself, Graham, or Alex on there. And
Or Julie, or Chris,
oh yeah, that's true.
or Ben.
Julie, Ben, and Chris are on the Homebrew Network as well. They work in the store. They can answer questions as well. If they don't know the answer, they'll just refer you to this man right here.
And I'll make something up.
He will make something up if he doesn't know. No, that's not true. He'll answer your question. And also, you can go to www.thehomebrewnetwork.com, go to the Contact Us page, leave a question there, and we will get back to you. And if you want, we'll even make a video in response to your questions. So, with that being said, cheers! 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 Cheers!
I think she wants to cheers me.
You want to cheers me? Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!